Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm up this morning. Oh my gosh. I'm just really trying to wake up kind of late. It's been raining all night here in Los Angeles. So I'm going to be moving. As for those, I'm starting to get some comments from some people. So I know that people can hear other noises in the background. I have no control over it. So if you hear other noises, they're going to be redecorating where I'm living. And so there are going to be dogs barking, beepy sounds, sounds like something's falling. But I'm going to actually be moving. So there's really nothing I can do about it. It's hard to explain. I don't want to get into it, but I have no control over these things. And so recently, that sounds that other people are hearing in the background, I can't do anything about it because where they're trying to repair something, and that's where it's happening. So I can't do anything about it, but I think there's a bigger project that I have going on. So it's really complicated to explain. So I'm a little bit, um, in some ways, I'm really grateful for what I do have. Um, Outside of these little videos, I work. I have actually, a place of employment. So I don't get money from YouTube. So that's the reason why I entitled this Summer Are Not As Grateful for Whom Are Not Con Artists on these sites, because it seems as though people like the flash and the flare and the glam and the glitz, and people who are like asking for donations and stuff. Some of them are asking for donations because they want to buy more equipment and what have you. But I even wouldn't feel comfortable about doing that. I'd rather just work a job and get my own money together and buy my own equipment. But I'm not in this for any money. I just basically do this because it's therapy. It's just like you get to talk out some of the current events and the things that are happening with people who have like-minded um, opinions. And so for me, that's at best what I get out of it. At first I was saying, oh, if you want me to stay on, and because they did have a monetary thing on YouTube, but they cut that out. And so you really still didn't get that much money. You just, it's based on how many views and, your popularity and whatnot. And I'm not in it for the popularity necessarily. I'm not in it for the money or anything like that. And so I feel like sometimes people are not as grateful about that, because there are people on here that they are just in it for the money, and they lie, they pretend like they're something that they're not, or they try to pretend to be something that they're not. And then you find out that you wind up giving them almost your month, you set aside a month's savings and you give it to these con jobs that are on here that are just out to steal from you. So I don't know, you know, what that's all about. I guess maybe people are just really gullible. And then when you have a group of people who feel that they've been oppressed, some people don't make the best decisions with that. And so I've known that to be a situation recently. We have, these people on here who claim that they're going to build schools, people who say that they're going to, do all these other X, Y, and Z projects, and you never really see anything as a result. Some people are trying to do things, but rarely do you see anybody really doing anything to impact a large group of people. The only thing I feel is that this is a haven for the ones that are not honest, and they're conning you out of your money. And so they put videos together about who they hate, or who they dislike, or an issue that they think everybody is excited about and following, and they market off of it on YouTube and on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook and all these other sites, and Black Junction TV and all these. They have a big following, and Some of these people are not really out for your best interest. They know what drives groups of people to get enraged and to donate money out of blind um, faith. And so it's the same tactics that I believe that, religious institutions have used, or so-called religious institutions that claim that they're for the people, and they wind up being shysters, and they're not really honest, and they're untrustworthy individuals that are just basically siphoning money out of the Black community. And so a lot of people are not really hip to this. They're not open. They're still in the sunken place in terms of that economically. They're quick to shell out their weekly earnings, or a portion of their weekly earnings, to hear some of the things they probably already, most of it you already are aware of. It's just that you got to ask yourself, what are these people really trying to do for the Black community if they claim that they're about something? And then you have to also be really resourceful in trying to find out what these religions are about, because a lot of these religions are worse than, the general religion that people follow. I would say that, you have to be discerning for yourself. Just because somebody gets on these sites and says that they're a part of a religion doesn't make them honest. Because somebody says that they're a part of a certain movement, you got to find out, is that movement real, and are there groups of people that are invested in it? Has it done anything for your community? Have you seen any changes? If you haven't seen anything and it's just all talk, then that's probably about what it is. It's about as much as what I'm doing right now. Only thing is I'm not charging you money, and I'm not siphoning money out of the Black community and taking it away from people who are innocent and unsuspecting and gullible. And so I'm actually doing a service as to those whom are on here who are doing a disservice by asking you for money, and then you don't really see it benefit you in any kind of way. And so I would say to you that if you're concerned about noises in the background, rather than giving your money away to some of these people who don't give a hoot about you to begin with, all they think about is how to get deeper into your wallet, you need to reevaluate yourself seriously. So anyway, I'm going to do videos regardless. And so whether people like me, whether they like what I say or not, there are people that are a lot of worse people on here who are given a pass, and nobody is giving them the boot. And it's sad, because we know what kind of world we're in and what people's values are. And people will say they don't like this and they don't like that, but they're steadily giving their money to the very person that is the enemy of their community. So anyway, with that being said, until another video, and have a great weekend. Thanks for listening.